Oh, my single player world's lagging. That's fun. That hasn't happened to me before. Alright, let me full screen that. This is gonna be fun. This has never happened to me before. Oh, I love this song. Hello. Right. I need an entire shulker box. By the way, I've been working on a project, and I need a full shulker box of mangrove wood, but the thing is, mangrove wood is a pain to gather. Also, I've never really worked with mangrove wood before, so I'm only just now finding this out. To the people in chat, is my volume okay? Can the music be heard? Can my voice be heard? Is the game too loud? Uh-oh. just under halfway there. I think when I get to halfway, I'll stop with this and work on something else. Alright, how's everyone doing tonight, by the way? Well, that reminds me, I've got an exciting announcement at the end of the week. Dead Bushy Tally Hall in Minecraft is real. Yes, it is. The Tally Hall note block cover I worked on Monday I actually finished. So I'm on to the next cover. Though I kind of ran into a little bit of a roadblock with that one, so in the meantime, I'm just not working on it. But I do have a note block announcement coming at the end of the week, which I'm excited for. How are you doing today, Deadbush? Yeah, that should have been the first thing I asked. Excited for the week ahead. Here it's gonna snow in some places of the country. Excited for that. I have zero excitement for this week. I'm sorry to hear that. But I also totally get that. That just means you get to look forward to next week a little more. I'm almost halfway there. People just get annoyed. I'm sorry. This one's got a lot of wood. Well, I can't really... I don't know what I could do to help, but something that I always do whenever I'm dreading the week to come is I try and find something to look forward to, or make something to look forward to. That might not work for everyone, but just an option, I guess. I also get things to look forward to are hard to come by these days. I say that's halfway done. Am I lost? I think it's this way I need to be. I'm all turned around. Oh! I think it needs to be this way. Here it is. I don't know why my game is so laggy while streaming. Usually it's not. I wonder if it's the music mod I've got. Okay, let me head to my base. How's the music? Is it too loud, too quiet? Should I turn it up or down or something? Well, actually, I can't turn it down. If I turn it down anymore, it'll just go quiet. You produce your own music. I do not. Well, that's not entirely true. I have made a few songs of my own, which I posted on the channel. But I don't think it's probably it's not the highest quality stuff. All these songs I'm playing right now are on SoundCloud. Why is my ping better when I'm in here? I don't get why I should have ping if it's a single player world, but whatever. I should sleep. I'm gonna sleep and then I'm gonna show you guys the reason why I need so much, what's that stuff called? Mangrove wood? Base reminds me of stuff on Hermitcraft. I watch Hermitcraft, actually. And thank you. What program do you use to stream? Also, that's an insane base. I use OBS. I kind of stopped streaming this Minecraft world. I think I streamed it a bit, well, I can't say last year, in 2022. Back in, I want to say August or September, I moved from my starter house and decided to build this ocean base. It's kind of like Mumbo's Season 5 base. Mumbo's Season 5 base has inspired, like, 2 of the bases I've made in the past. One of them, I think I made, like, a copy back in, like, 2017. I'd like to add more detail to this. It's going to go a lot higher, up to where the dirt is, maybe even higher than that. It's going to be a giant spire. Though I don't like the lack of detail, I think I'd like to add some kind of like ridges that go up around the base, which could also let me put like hoppers and such so I can transport items up and down if I need to. So I had a funny idea. So back a few years ago, I worked on, if it would load, I worked on this giant wheat farm outside of my starter house, and I kind of stopped working on that because it's a big project. But I've kind of changing an entire biome to something has got me to want to do that here, so I'm making a rainbow biome. And how it's going to work is, it's just going to be a ton of rainbow stripes. You can see where I've started. And I want to replace the trees with rainbow trees as well, so I'm getting 7 different rain biome, yes. I like that name better. I've just been calling it the gay biome. So I'm going to replace all the wood with colored wood, which is why I've been farming different types of wood. And the leaves are going to be replaced with stained glass, except for where there are birch trees. I'm going to use colored wool. So I think I want to replace basically this entire forest biome through here and maybe up to here-ish, where my crosshair's pointing. But I've been... I think this is... Oh! I spy a chunk error. With the mod program I use, for whatever reason, it creates these weird glitches in some of these biomes, and it freaked me out the first time I saw one of these. I thought I was going insane. Yummy chunk error indeed. Most scrumptious. Let me grab some rockets. I guess I can do like a quick little base tour. So I started out like right here when I was building this. I put all my gear over here and I had to drain out this entire area. I tried using slime machines, but it kind of broke and I didn't get very far, so I just used sand and sponges. The old-fashioned way. And I built these dam walls around it. Dam is in keeping water out. And I placed some smooth quartz with soul sand underneath it so I can walk really fast. I also built these cool little waterfalls and a ring of water around the base. Also, beacons, yes please. Only 2 of them I have had effect. Did you use world edit? Nope, this is all survival. What else? The glass, that was fun. So I started out with the basement, which is kind of where I spend most of my time in here. I started out by building a sorting system, because I can't have a base without a sorting system. Oh, it's here. So, got some basic storage for items I use somewhat often, and then any items that I don't have sorting for will just go into these chests for me to manually sort, as well as some designated storage for some other stuff. These I built a few days ago. I was struggling to make good pillars, so I just didn't have pillars for a while, but I wanted this next floor to look like it's been held up properly and not just floating. So I built these little aquarium tank pillars. The way the storing system works is you throw items in, and then they get sent off to storage. I have free cam, so I can show you the process. So all the items get sent off through this water chute and up this water stream to go into the hoppers. I've been using a lot of quality of life mods on this world. Nothing that like changes the game itself, but I mean, as you can see, I've got in the top right corner, I've got music. In the top left corner, I've got some cool stats. The items take a while to get sorted. I should probably grab some more rockets. Here's all the other wood I've gathered. Acacia will be orange, I gotta strip it. Stripped birch will be yellow. Bamboo will be green. And then the rest. And in here, oh, actually, I can show you the prototype trees I came up with. This is what the trees will look like. I'm gonna put a light source in each one of them as well. That way they light up all cool at night. The main lobby area. Tally Hall colors, can't get it out of my head. Oh, I'm dying. Gotta get better at flying. Tally Hall trees. I can do that real quick. Or just Tally Hall colors, rather. I made a wolf farm. Actually finished it yesterday. Because I needed a ton of wool for the gay biome. Here it is. How's the music volume, by the way? Do I need to turn it up? Alright, how does this work? I forget the order. I think it's... maybe this? Oh. Pretty sure green's on this end. Tally Hall. So this is just the cute little lobby area. I might want to do some more with it because it's kind of empty looking. On this floor, this is the one I'm currently working on for my villager trading. So I'm setting up little buildings for the villagers, kind of themed around their professions. So all the librarians are in this library. Previously I had them all in the basement. That didn't seem very ethical. Got horse stables for the farmers. They tend to the horses, and these ones just farm crops, I guess. I haven't really interacted with these guys much since I moved them out up here. And I don't know what I want to do with the rest of the floors quite yet. Over here, I'm working on a skulk biome, which will be more like a dark forest. Though it's taken quite a while to move all the skulk. Oh! I can show you guys the wolf farm I built. It's actually inside of this wall. Let me go in free cam again. Very, very humane looking, as you can see. Also very automatic. What else is there? Oh, I can show you guys probably my favorite project so far. You will be blown away when you see this. I am really proud of myself for this. It's not anywhere near done, and I haven't worked on it in a while. But alright. Take a look at this. I'm working on a gigantic ice palace. It's not anywhere near done. Oh. I still have to finish the second floor in some places. I would like to make an ice farm, but I found that it's faster to just mine packed ice instead, so I'm not really doing that. In a separate single-player world, I've kind of been designing this as I go along. I think it'll have a nice interior. The main bottleneck for this project is just resources, and I don't want to mine the packed ice in this biome because I don't want to ruin, the view and aesthetic. So I had to find a separate ice biome. The design is very human indeed. So I've had to go there, and it's such a pain mining it all. But I'm hoping it'll be worth it, and I think I could just make like a nice winter area around here. Like maybe around outside the palace I'll have some houses. I like how there's this giant frozen lake surrounding, or right out front of the castle. I could turn this into an ice skating rink perhaps. Something I've also thought about doing is installing the armor statues data pack, as well as the mob heads data pack, which allows you to get heads of mobs when you kill them sometimes, and you can adjust armor stands into several poses. In the fourth season of my vanilla survival server, we had that, and I was able to do some cool stuff with it. I've been using ice for windows, which I think is kind of cool and on theme. Though I can't have the light sources too close to it or else it'll melt. Probably get out of here before I get attacked. I should probably pick a project to work on for this stream. Maybe... because I'm gonna need a lot of glass for my, what's that thing called? The gay biome. Oh, I just dropped a rocket into the portal. I'm never getting that back. So I should build a super smelter, I think, because that's something I need. The only downside is I don't have a really reliable fuel source quite yet. What I could do... I have this bamboo farm. It's gonna be temporary, but I don't know how temporary that temporary will be, because this is really convenient. I'd like to move this out of the way sometime, but if I turn it on, I'll have a ton of bamboo, and that could be a fuel source. So maybe I build it in this wall. That way it's pretty close. Oh, okay. I haven't been in here in a really long time, so I'd have to clear out this water, which I can do easy, no problem. I should really... what the hell was that? Wait, what? What did I just pull up? What menu did I just pull up? Whatever. I should grab some sponges and some sand. As well as, I'm gonna need furnaces and minecarts and rails. Minecart hoppers and hoppers. Okay. Probably just 2 minecart hoppers. Gonna need some double chests. Most of this is stuff I have in a designated shulker box. But I'd like to not take from that shulker box when I can help it. Rails. Oh, what else do I need? Lever, probably. Gonna need a lot of hoppers. Okay. Oh my gosh, I only got 7 iron blocks. I didn't realize just how many chests I had. Okay. Also, I have a mod that lets me instant craft, which is super convenient. What mods do I have? Dude, I've got so many mods, it's not even funny. Hey, world edit. So yes, I do have world edit, but no, I do not use it in this world. What else do I need? Minecart hopper. Oh, and furnaces. Apparently I have storage for those. I don't know why I would, but I'll take it. Where's cobblestone? Oh, there it is. Get me 32, and I want a nice even stack, so I'll grab myself 8 more. Okay. Oh, I forgot about the sponges. And sand. Nice thing is I have a sand farm. Well, it's more of a sand duplicator, but it works. How are you doing tonight, Blue Lemonade? I should have asked that. I keep forgetting to ask people. Can barely hear that. Good, what about you? I'm doing pretty well. Got Minecraft. Got a nice stream going. Got cool viewers. What more do I need? I should have grabbed torches as well. Whatever. Smiley face. Yeah. Excited for this week? I don't think I need to go that low. I think just... I think I still have this in my inventory. Should probably work on a floor for this area and maybe have it go all the way around. Yeah, I don't have school till Wednesday. I'm gonna be happy to go back there because I want to go back to band practice. Nice. When I was in high school, I enjoyed all my music classes. I hope you have the same attitude when you get to college, because it is not at all the same. Classes don't start up for me until, like, the end of the month or so. Oh, that got loud. Okay, back to 2%. What did I come here for? Lights. And maybe a material for the flooring. Thinking dark prismarine. Just use slabs. I'm planning to go to music school and be a director. That's nice! Makes me happy to see people following their passion. Alright, let me go to the sheep farm area and see what level I need to make the floor, because I want it to match that. So the floor should probably be at Y47. Or Y46, rather. I stand on 47. Can I not take any damage? Oh, no, too late. What are you majoring in, if you're comfortable saying that, of course? Right now it's mathematics. Though I kind of don't know what I want to do in life. But I'm hoping it'll be something mathematics or science related. So I figured I might as well major in something that would get me set up when I do figure out what I want to do. I should not be doing that when I'm this low on health. I was majoring in computer science, but me and computer science didn't quite get along. I don't know how long to make this. Maybe up to here. Understandable amount. Yeah. No, Comp Sci was kind of like my rebound from mathematics. Uh-oh. That doesn't line up. Back in 11th grade, I took calculus, and I was terrible at it. And math was kind of my thing. So I was, like, devastated. So I thought, I guess math isn't for me anymore. I'll try computer science. And it turned out I was pretty decent at it, at least in class. So I thought, this is what I want to pursue in life. So, first semester of college, I took Comp Sci. Went great. It was actually a little boring, if anything. Second semester, which was, like, a year ago now, the teacher I had, he showed up for the first day. Had a great class. I was pumped and ready to, you know, keep going, keep learning, excited for the semester to come. And then he stopped showing up. And so, like, first 3 weeks of the semester, aside from the very first day, we didn't have any classes. Our classes were just canceled. And then, on the fourth week, I got an email saying that our professor would not be coming back for the rest of the semester due to some reason. I don't hold that against him. If he needed time for whatever reason, that's fine. But the college, college needs to do something about it. So they gave us a substitute professor and turned our in-person class into an online course, which I hated because I didn't sign up for an online course. I learn better when it's in person. That's the whole reason I signed up for his course and not any of the online Comp Sci courses. Right, my stupid keybinds changed. One of my friends wants me to be better at PvP, so he made me change my 7, 8, and 9 keybinds. So the new substitute professor tells us, "Hey, I'm your new professor, whatnot." And dang, that's crazy. Yeah, it gets worse. So she says, she's like, it seems like your instructor provided you with some materials that you can use to study for all your assignments. Come to me if you have any questions. And the materials it turned into us having to learn on our own using materials that were provided by our initial professor. But those weren't for the very first assignment I had to do, I looked through all the material and I couldn't find anything on how we were supposed to do the thing we needed to do. And I freaked out. It turned out that all that material was more like just like help stuff and like help you configure the programming software for your computer. And all that wasn't useful at all. So I have a panic attack because soon enough it's midterm, and I was trying to do my big midterm project, which is like a large portion of your grade. And I was freaking out because I couldn't figure out how to do what I needed to do. It's not that I wasn't trying or anything, just the materials didn't explain anything. So I have a bit of a embarrassing breakdown because I had a scholarship, but I'd lose that scholarship if I, got a bad grade or if I dropped any classes. And it was really seeming like one of the two would have to happen. So I composed myself like the next day, and I emailed the substitute professor asking for help. There's one thing I don't like, it's asking for help, but I can do it if I absolutely have to. So I did that. How am I going to put the fuel in? They just give you configuration only? Yeah, pretty much. I'm just realizing I don't know if this design will work the way I think it will. I don't think I'll be able to fit it in here. What was I saying? Yeah. So I emailed her like a week before midterm was due, asking like, hey, this stuff isn't sufficient at all. Could you like help explain this one problem I'm having or whatever that I don't quite understand how to do? And you know what she says to me? You know what she emails back? Nothing. She doesn't email me back. Like a week goes by and she doesn't email me, and professors are required to respond to student emails within like 48 hours or something. Oh, I love this song. Yeah, so she doesn't say anything. And I'm just devastated because that means I've definitely failed the midterm. As well as all the other assignments, I was only able to figure out one of them by myself. So I bite the bullet, schedule a meeting with my advisor, and end up dropping the course, which loses me my scholarship. Which just really hurt, because it wasn't even my fault. And that's not me not taking responsibility. I mean, it actually wasn't my fault. I reached out, I did all I could do. And nothing, and so yeah, I had to drop the class, and that meant for the next... That's horrible, good luck on your math degree. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. My math professors I've had are really cool. For calc... So... I gotta keep my mind on one story at a time. So yeah, I dropped the class, and I kind of don't like thinking about programming sometimes. I guess I can build the farm back here, maybe? Or the smeltery back here. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. It's usually something simple like this. Should probably build it a little further over this way. But, so I check my student email still, because, that's a thing you have to do. And it gets to the end of the semester, and the professor still hadn't responded to my email. And apparently I wasn't the only person who took that class that had that issue. I heard, most people dropped at that point. But it just hurt. The thing that I don't know what was... Because also another thing I hate is failure. I hate failing at something. Which is why, I was talking about how I took high school calculus and was terrible at it and hated math. So I went into my first semester of college, just being scared out of my mind, because I did still have to take calculus. And I had this professor, I can't say their name, almost did, but she made me love math again. And she's man, she is so cool. She's a little strict, but she's really kind to you and appreciates you if you put forth the effort to learn. Obviously, she's not unkind to you if you don't, but it just helps to do that. And yeah, she got me to like mathematics again. And I realized I'm actually not that bad at this math stuff. Maybe I use these. Honestly, good teachers are the best. Yes. That is the key. I'm a little embarrassed, but part of the reason I think I did so badly in Calc 1, or not Calc 1, in high school calculus, one, it was online, so that didn't help, because this was during COVID. This was season 3 of my SMP for a time frame. And I'm out of power rails. Math has always been my thing, so I was devastated when I found out I was bad at that. And I kind of did what I did with what I ended up doing with comp sci, and kind of just trying to not think about it. But I wouldn't go to any of the help sessions that they had, or anything, because I was my pride was hurt, because I was like, this is the thing I'm supposed to be good at. I should just be good at this. I don't... And it was very stupid and childish to not go to those help sessions, because I think that could have given me some insight. I don't know if, even if it didn't work, could have at least said I tried. So the first quarter I got an A or a B. The next quarter I got a C, and then the third quarter I got a D in that class. Somehow I got an A in the final quarter, but it was I was shaken, so I didn't, took an easy math course my senior year, statistics. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it again. Turns out I ended up having her for Calculus 2 my second semester of college, which was the semester where I had all those issues with my comp sci stuff. I ended up taking, differential equations this past semester. Had a new professor. Wasn't too sure of him at first. He kind of get you ever first impressions are really important. And he didn't give me a good first impression. It turned out he was completely fine. He was really cool and chill. But the one thing he did that I didn't like is he curved our grades down. You had to get a higher grade if you wanted an A. So instead of needing a 90, you needed a 91. And he said like very first day, he's like, he was going over the syllabus, and when he got to that part, he's like, you can cry about it if you don't think it's fair. That's, yeah, I still think that was so stupid. He did say that he would, you know, if you were good in class and whatnot, he'd probably curve your grade up like 1%. And I'm so glad for that, because I ended up getting like a 90%. Because I'm not the worst at math, but that was still a difficult course. So if he, I would have, I was in that limbo spot where in any other class I would have passed, or I would have gotten an A, but I got below a 91, so that meant not an A. But he curves my grade up like 1%, so I could get an A, which was cool. And he turned out he was actually a cool person. Actually, I'm gonna move this back one more. Yeah, he was cool. He told a lot of funny jokes in class. I like teachers that tell jokes in class. It kind of relaxes the atmosphere, especially in a stressful class like that. Like the first day of differential equations, I was panicking. Like I thought, oh my gosh, because first day of differential equations, I didn't understand a dang thing we learned in class that day, and I was so worried that I'd have a repeat of what happened last time. Didn't end up happening, thank goodness. I managed to figure things out after a little bit. He was so funny. And I have him again for, I'm taking 2 mathematics classes this semester. In fact, they're the only classes I'm taking. Taking linear algebra and calculus 3, and I think I have him for calculus 3, so I'm happy about that. One of the things I like to do, hang on a minute. I need to test how far I can stretch these items. Man Director says he's super picky, but he really isn't. I'm so happy he's not, lol. Yeah. At the end of the semester on all my finals, before I turn in my final, I'll write like a little paragraph just saying how I appreciated them, and if I'm having them again, I'll say I'm looking forward to having you next semester. And I did that for him. And I hope he liked it. Of course, it's the last day, so they can't really say anything to me back about it. And I kind of like it that way. What did I come here for? I left to get something. This always happens. Oh, I need items that I can smelt to test how far the minecarts can travel with it. What's an ore that I have a lot of? Or something I can smelt. I'm not going to, but I could. Oh, I've got sand in my ender chest. I've actually just been enjoying college a lot as a whole. In middle school and the high schools I went to, I'm a mature person, and I was obviously not as mature, but I was still really mature then. You know, acted like a sensible person, did what I was supposed to, all that. Did I not put enough sand in? But I wouldn't be trusted with, like, basic stuff. Like, if I wanted to use a hot glue gun, they wouldn't let me, because, lawsuit could happen. If this kid gets a slight burn, his parents will sue us. And that just hurt. It felt like I wasn't trusted. That's how it came off as, and in school I always felt like students were treated less as people and more as a liability, with parents who will sue them. So I didn't feel like I got like proper individuality. Okay, let me see how far this went. up to here. But in college they treat you like a person. You're not treated like a liability. You're treated like a responsible adult who knows what they're doing, and that is so nice, and I really appreciate that. And I've befriended like most of my professors I've had. My number one, I think my best advice for college and really just in school in general is befriend your professors and your teachers. Get on their good side, you know? And it's often really easy to do that if you're just, you know, if you get the work done and all that, that's good, but if you want to, you know, really be in their good graces, participate a lot in class. Like in calculus 1 and 2, I was like the only person raising my hand to the point where the teacher told me to would she'd say let someone else answer. let me call. I'm going to call. I know you know the answer. Let me call on someone else. I'm disappointed she doesn't teach calculus 3 or any of the other math classes I have to take. Okay, so this should be pretty easy. It's just a matter of putting... Oh, I should empty this out because I don't actually want to smelt this yet. Put that down, put that down. Put these down. What else? What other classes have I had in college? My first semester was pretty stressful. My first semester I took the most classes. I took 5 classes that semester. And I'm not gonna lie, during the first week, I was like crushed because it was a big transition for me. That was the main thing. I went from, you know, pretty easy soft high school classes to, oh my gosh, big classes and insane workload. I didn't really start getting a lot of homework until I switched high schools, and even then, that wasn't nearly as much as I got in college. Okay, so I need a way to probably transport bamboo or something. I guess temporarily I could just manually fill these furnaces, but I don't have a good source of coal. So I was, first week, because also Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've throughout my entire college time in college, I've tried to avoid giving myself classes on Friday. I really enjoy a 4-day week. What'll often happen is I'll have Monday, Wednesday classes, and then Tuesday, Thursday classes. Just toss all that in there. Don't want those despawning. So I had my very first week of college. It sucked because I didn't get a break either. Like, it was day after day, like 4 days in a row of classes. And I couldn't look forward to the weekend because I had a family reunion that weekend, which was Friday to Sunday. So I didn't really get a proper weekend until after my second week of classes. What do I want to do? I want to get coal. I need coal. Let me go grab some coal. Can probably remove these now. But I ended up enjoying all my classes eventually. I took mandatory English class, which I thought I was going to hate. Turned out I just disliked it, but I didn't mind that at all. In fact, I'd argue I reckon my appreciation of English or like writing and such has really grown since high school. Actually, because of high school. Wait, no, I need to be this way. I'm gonna show you guys something really cool in a moment. Something I haven't showed you. An unfinished project of mine, which is where I go to get all my coal. But my English teacher, it turns out that the English class I signed up for was environmental English. It wasn't advertised that way, it was just a normal English class. But we ended up learning about the environment and such, and I'm not one of those crazy save the earth people or anything, but it was nice, and I loved my teacher. She was like a hippie in the best way possible. I wonder if I have any coal in here. I really don't feel like mining. And, in 12th grade, I used to hate English classes. This is my, perimeter that I tried making, but stopped making it because it was a pain to drain all the water. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so 12th grade, I ended up really enjoying writing. My teachers were super supportive about we got to choose what we wanted to write, even if it was, had to be 3 pages. And we'd have, I think the reason I liked it so much is because we'd be given, 2 weeks to do the writing in class. So we'd have 2 weeks worth of English classes to do whatever writing project we had to do. And I would just not do it until the last minute, and then proceed to get an A. So I just spend all my time doing whatever I wanted in my English class. And then on the last day, I just write it all at once in one go, and it was always good. I think I write better when I do it all in one go. And I realized I wasn't nearly as bad as English than I thought I was when it came to peer review. So what we do is we'd have to grade our classmates' work. So after we'd finish writing, we'd give it off to, or the teacher would use some program to shuffle all the assignments and give them to random people, and you had to grade based on the rubric. So I got to read some other people in my English classes writing, and oh my god, some of it was like spelling mistakes, capitalization, punctuation. Even then I could excuse that, but grammatical errors. And these are 12th graders. I don't want to put myself above anybody else. But geez Louise, I realized that I'm not nearly as bad at English than I thought. My teacher did this too for a recent essay we had to write. The stuff I've seen is terrible. Yes, and I was like, and at first, the first few times I did this, I didn't know. All I wanted to write was, this is the worst piece of writing I've ever had the misfortune of laying my eyes upon. But I couldn't bring myself to be that mean. But at the same time, I was offended that I had to grade that. Why can't I just say why can't I just I wish I could have just given it a 0. And then those same people would tell me my essay didn't get that many nitpicks. But when it did, when any of my essays did get like nitpicked or whatever, like even if it's genuine, I'd still be like really ticked off. Like, what do you mean this is bad? Did you see how bad yours was? or like a stylistic choice, like, oh no, you did this thing wrong, and you didn't, the structure, you didn't organize it well enough. And I'm just thinking, I saw an essay once and it had quite literally 0 of the rubric requirements. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I don't remember any of those. But my main takeaway from all that was, I'm not as bad at English as I thought I was. And I kind of enjoyed writing. And that's more or less what we had to do for my college English class. The only difference is the topics were pretty much entirely, you had to be about the environment. Which I guess, it wasn't until like the last half of the semester that the teacher... What is this? Wait, how did I do that? Did I hit Alt? What button is that? She realized that the course was not advertised as environmental English. And I think most of the people there were there because they thought it was just a normal English class. But I thought, screw it, I'll write on topic. And for like most of the essays I wrote on about the environment, there's only one essay where I thought, I'm going to give myself a break from writing about the environment. It had to be like a persuasive essay or something, and I wrote about procrastination because I couldn't think of a topic, so I just thought about how I was procrastinating. Figured something about why you shouldn't procrastinate, or maybe it was about why procrastination is good. I argue both. And my teacher, like, it still got a good grade. The teacher's only big complaint was that it wasn't about the environments. But I appreciate writing more, even if it's not something I choose to do in my free time. Yeah, she was cool. She'd take us for little nature walks, or take us to the local gas station so everyone could pick out snacks or whatever, because we've got a gas station just off campus where a lot of people go to get snacks or whatever. So that was always nice. I took geography and I took earth science my first semester. And after like 3 weeks, I realized that those two classes have like identical curriculum. Like stuff I learned in earth science class, I learned the previous week in my geography class. And I thought it would be like, let's learn about this country today. It was more like, it was basically earth science, just with a different label. So it was so nice. I only had to study half as hard. That's funny, yes. And it was also kind of convenient, because I'd also tell I'd tell both my teachers, yo, I just learned this in this other teacher's class. And it was great. I only had to study half as hard, because whatever I learned in one, I studied for one class, I could apply to the other. It was so nice. There were only like a handful of things that weren't covered in both. And my earth science teacher was amazing. Almost to a fault. He would go on he'd like get sidetracked and go off on fun tangents. Like, it felt like we spent like half a class talking about the Amish for some reason. And we just go talk about whatever, it was nice because I realized in college when you're taking notes, your hand has to move at the speed of light to keep up with the PowerPoint presentation. So it was nice when he went on those tangents so my hand could take a break. But then it would get like so long that myself and a few other people would be like, I think he should get back on topic now. I don't think I've had a professor I didn't like. Like, obviously, I have least favorite professors, but that's not because they were bad, they were just uninteresting. Like my geography professor. She was great. But I didn't have fun in her class. One time my science teacher went on a tangent about what would happen if the sun exploded for like the first 20 minutes of class. When I was little, I'd always get really sad when I found out that the universe would stop existing one day. And like that the sun would eventually just get really big and swallow the earth. But now I have perspective. And I'm a little less sad about it. But yeah, my geography teacher, she was cool, she was nice, but not a lot of people talked, I guess, in class. Like, she didn't go off on the fun tangents. There wasn't a lot, it was mostly her doing a lot of talking. And all the classes I've had a lot of fun in are ones where a lot of students talk. And I don't mean like students talking to the people, like the person next to them and not paying attention, but rather like full class involved discussions where everyone's engaged and contributing. Oh right, my R key does that now. What was the other class I took? Oh yeah, my computer science class. That might have been my least favorite class that semester because I only had it once a week, but it was for 3 hours. And most of the stuff in there was stuff I already knew, albeit in a different coding language. That was C++, whereas in high school I learned Python and Java. But it was basically the same thing as, the coding we did was basically Java, but just with a different name and some different names for functions. But a lot of it was just like basics about like binary and like learning about like the way computers communicate, which are things that you don't necessarily need to know how to program. There are good things to know, but so I would just get bored. And also it was a night, or I wouldn't say night, an evening class. 3 hours I would go clinically insane. Yeah. And this was a Wednesday, so that day I had had my morning earth science class and then my afternoon English class, and by that point I was just sleepy and wanted to go home. But at 4:30 to like 7:30 it would just be that. And I waited till like the teacher accepted late assignments. Like if you do an assignment late, you'll still get full credit. I have a love-hate relationship with that policy because it encourages procrastination, but I also hate it because it encourages procrastination. Back to the duality of procrastination. But I just waited till the end of the semester to like hand in all my stuff at once. And I was just bored sitting in the classes because I'm not one of those people who's on their phone in class when they're bored. I try to at least pretend I'm being respectful and engaging and paying attention. But I was so bored, and oftentimes I was just trying to not fall asleep. A couple times I asked if I could just leave early so I could catch the bus, because if I missed the 6 o'clock bus... Oh yeah, the teacher would let out early, that's the thing. Oftentimes the class would only go till like 6:30. I'd ask, the rest of the time was meant to work on your programming if you wanted to. I didn't. So I'd ask if I could just take the 6 o'clock bus home. Gotta go, no problem, thank you for tuning in and I hope you have a great week. Appreciate you being here. So eventually I just asked to take the bus, to leave so I could take the early bus home. And eventually that's just what I kept doing. The second semester was interesting. I took Earth Science 2, which I found out it unfortunately was an online course. And all it was basically everything I learned in Earth Science 1, but you had to answer questions about it. So you were supposed to like watch lecture videos. I didn't do that. I just did the assignments without doing any studying and got an A in that class. Probably the easiest A I'd gotten. There's not a lot of coal left here. What else? I did take that programming class, which didn't last. I took Spanish. I've already forgotten, like, most of what I learned in that class. It was okay. I wasn't... That was also once a week, but not for 3 hours. Most of it, and you'd have online assignments to turn in, and it was vocabulary and whatnot. I've only gotten 2 B's. The first one was in English, the second one was in Spanish. I think I have a curse with languages. I think that's all the coal I'm going to get from here for now. Calc 2 was pretty much the same thing as Calc 1, just harder. Same teacher though, so that was nice. How many classes? Oh, and badminton. Badminton was fun. Badminton I only had for half a semester, and it was pretty fun. I already knew how to play badminton, so you just played, and it was a participation class. That was the easiest day I ever got a 100%. I even won the little tournament we did at the end. I need to get more rockets before I get home. So I think that was 15 furnaces on each side. Oh, there's that rocket I said I was never getting back. Okay, so this is not going to be enough coal. I need to fix my wither skeleton farm. Oh, I have coal in here. I did not expect that. Glad I checked. How many stacks? This isn't enough. This isn't 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 15. Okay. So I am still a little short. Something I'd also like to try is making a kelp farm, but I think I'd do that when 1.21 comes out so I can auto-craft the fuel. Okay, so I still need 7 more stacks. Ugh. I don't know where I'd get 27, or where I'd get 7 more stacks. I almost said 27. Oh, actually, I want to check on something. Recently, by recently I mean yesterday, I built an alarm system which will notify me if one of my collection systems gets too full, or if the farm breaks or something. And I think my cactus farm will be the first one to trigger that. So I'm excited to see it in action. Basically, I have note blocks set up around my base, which will ping like crazy when an error occurs or something, or I have to deal with something. And then over here, some of these will retract and show me what's wrong. It's like having some fun emergency feature or whatever, and you never get to use it until you do. And then you're excited, like, oh, I never get to do this fun thing. What was I just doing? I needed something. Coal. I need coal. Where do I get coal? I guess mining. Maybe I can get some from one of the canyons around here. Little sad he can't turn bamboo blocks into charcoal, because otherwise I'd be doing that. That's not in a convenient... None of this is in a convenient spot. I only need 7 stacks. Well, that's 1 stack right there. And I can't see squat. It's not have brightness turned up. There we go. It's 2 stacks. Need 5 more. Oh, there's my... I almost called it iron coal. There's some coal. Okay, well, I failed that jump miserably. I just fell off miserably. Oh, that was... Did I just hear a creeper? Yeah, that was the song. That's embarrassing. Okay, almost dead. Oh, that was a creeper! Oh. Okay, I'm not embarrassed anymore. Let's get a place with a little more light. And maybe an ender chest. So I think it's turning night. What's that? 5.5 stacks-ish. Okay. I love this one. Seven more. Oh, there's some coal. And a zombie. I thought I saw coal. I was hallucinating. Don't you hate it when you think you see coal, but you find out you were just hallucinating? Me too. Alright, and that's enough. That should be... Yeah, okay, good. So that's that. I built the thing. I think later on, I'd like to make a proper interface for this. And hook this up with a fuel source so I never have to manually refill this. Or at least get a renewable fuel source so I can refuel it by just popping a ton of stuff in the chest. So now if I go oh, I didn't mean to pick that up. Keeps happening. I should put glass in those corners so that doesn't keep happening. Sand. I need 4 stacks of sand. In fact, I'm going to grab 7 shulkers of it. So in the end, I'm going to need 7 shulkers of glass. 1 for each of the 7 colors. Okay. I hope this thing fills up faster than that goes. I think it should. I don't remember which ones I took from. So that's working pretty well. So I can take these shulkers back. Oh, I just realized a problem that'll happen that I should fix real quick. There will almost certainly be too much for this chest, because I put 4 double chests worth of items in, but I only have 1 double chest for an output. Let me... Which one of these is it? Grab 2 of these. Glad I caught that. Do I not have a second? There. Okay, good, that's flowing out faster than that's going in. Oh, that glass is going to be done in no time. So let me put this away, and I'd say that was a project successful. Oh, and it's so nice to not have these furnaces here. All I have left is this stuff. I think this is a great place to end the stream. So, let me get away from the clicking. Thank you guys for tuning into tonight's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time I stream, probably, which might even be tomorrow. Bye.